And how do you plan it? Say you have this living room. Do you
Yeah.
look at antiques first and get inspiration, or do you
Mhm.
kind of sit down with a list of things that you'd like and you plan it and then look from there?
Honestly, it kind of both ways, right? Like we had to pick a room color, right? And sometimes I do regret going with a cream white on these walls. I go back and forth. Should I have chosen a really pretty blue or something a little bit more English country? And we had a painter and we needed to make a choice fast. And so we went with a cream. I knew I didn't want a stark white. And I think that it actually works really well on the backdrop of these bold gallery walls. So that was something that we kind of fell into. And then we had all of these paintings, and it was kind of like, well, where do we put all these paintings that we've collected in a mass because we just enjoy it? And it turned into, let's try a gallery wall. But oh no, we have these moldings. Like, what do we do with the moldings? And let's just hang them up on top of the moldings and see how it works. And we ended up liking them. So I think a long winded answer to your question is that it works both ways. There's a little bit of planning, but certainly maybe it's less than, not both ways. Maybe it's more 80% winging it. And I don't want to say winging it, but it's kind of, if you buy things that you love, they will always feel right in your home. If you are drawn to them, if you like them, I'm not talking about buying a 20-foot couch or sofa and putting it in your living room. That's small. That seems unreasonable. But for the most part, if they fit your aesthetic and they fit size wise, then it's going to make sense somehow.
And I think there's something like quite poetic about gathering things around the world from
Yeah,
wherever you travel, picking up
right.
things that you really like, and then you're sitting surrounded by all of your lovely things that someone might
Yeah.
walk in and say, "Well, why did you pick that?" But to you, it's so
I could
treasured.
tell, right.
And you
Like,
can
I
say,
could
"Well,
tell you where that one's
because."
from, where that one's from, I could tell you where this is from, and I think that, like, it sounds really goofy for me to be like, "Oh my gosh, where is this one? Do you want me to tell you?" But I think it's because we're so proud of the treasure hunt that we did, and every piece does mean a lot to people like, me or others who curate their homes with Facebook Marketplace and antique shops. Um, it really is about the story and the journey that you've brought back to your home, which is very much, like many of your English country estates. All of these pieces have been handed down from families or from, different people bringing them in, or the travels that they used to bring back. And so, um, it's a lot of fun. And I think the big caveat that most people don't like in our 2024 is that it takes time. Nobody wants to have, this living room took over a year to put together, and most people want the living room out of the box and in done and checked off and moved on. And that's where the tricky part is.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.